Your next vehicle from Community Motors of Mason City.
Great service from 3 locations: Community on Monroe, Community Motors Westside, and Mason City Ford. 10 new franchises and hundreds of vehicles to give you more choices. Plus, Community offers an exclusive 3-3 warranty on pre-owned vehicles and 10-year, 250,000-mile warranty on new. Need more reasons why? Stop or visit CommunityAutoGroup.com.
Because nobody beats a community deal.
Hey everybody, it's Tuesday, November 6th, Election Day. So, at this time, we're going to open up the regular session of the Sarasota County Board of Supervisors. Item number 1 is the agenda, and item number 2 is the minutes from our October 30th meeting.
Mr. Chairman, I move the agenda and the minutes of the meeting of October 30th.
Okay, I'll second it.
Okay, we got a motion second to approve today's agenda and the minutes from October 30th. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Item A is the county engineers, and I hear she's still on the phone, so we'll skip to item B, the auditor report.
No payroll issues. Items, we are going to
Get them a little bit later. Okay.
I do have one drainage issue. From Scott Sproul, 3456 Balsam Avenue, Missouri. It's from Drainage District 31, a main tile, section 7, Township 94, range 22, Township lines. Here's the report on that.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I'd make a motion to authorize Mr. Fairman to investigate Drainage District 31.
Okay.
All right, I'll second that.
Okay, we got a motion second to have Mr. Fairman check out this hole that's in the tile. 48-inch tile, it's a big name. So, is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Resolution authorizing reimbursement of expenses incurred during the county for payment under the Iowa Code Section 403.19 concerning costs to establish the corridor urban renewal area and Mason City Red Power tax rebate program.
Yes, this is just a resolution similar to one we passed in April for some expenses that were incurred for the TIF redistricting and refinancing, similar to resolution 2012-45.
Okay.
Now, I'll mention that what it does is this will assist us in certifying debt in the TIF district, setting the base year as January 1 of 2011. So basically, the county will be reimbursed for those expenses, the legal and the planning expenses from the TIF proceeds.
Okay.
Requiring a new resolution, not the original 45. I move resolution 2012-104.
Okay, I'll second resolution 104.
Okay, we got a motion and second to do resolution 2012-104, authorizing a reimbursement of expenses for the urban renewal plan. You know where it's at, the code number. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of resolution 2012 number 104, say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Would you like to do the claims?
I do. I have the claims for your consideration.
Mr. Chairman, if you find everything in order, so motion to authorize your signature on the claims presented this morning.
I'll second.
Okay, we got a motion and second to authorize the claims and have the chair sign where appropriate. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 5 and number 6, motion to approve the sheriff's monthly report of fees and the clerk's monthly report of fees.
I have them here for your consideration. There is the clerk's, and here is the sheriff's.
Okay?
So move to authorize your signature and approve the clerk's and sheriff's report of the monthly fees.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and second to authorize the Chair to sign the clerk's and the sheriff's monthly report of fees. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Moving on down to item number 7, first consideration and vote for the proposed ordinance 55, an ordinance regulating usage of golf carts in unincorporated areas of Saragordo County.
2 weeks ago, I summarized what this ordinance entails. This is the first consideration for the ordinance. Just briefly, some of the provisions of the ordinance are that golf carts can only be used on specified county roads to travel directly to and from a golf course. They're not to be used for general transportation or entertainment purposes. They can only be operated between 30 minutes after sunrise and 30 minutes before sunset. Golf carts aren't allowed on primary roads. They can only be operated on roads with a posted speed limit of 45 miles an hour or less. They're required to have a slow-moving vehicle triangle on the golf cart, a bicycle safety flag, and adequate brakes. And then also they need to obtain a $10 annual permit from the sheriff in order to operate a golf cart on county roads. And the application criteria are included in section 10 of the proposed ordinance. So this is the first reading. Second and final reading will take place next Tuesday.
Any response or feedback from the public on this?
All has been silent since we discussed this 2 weeks ago, and it of course was publicized that you'd be having these considerations today.
I probably had 4 or 5 emails from people saying thank you. That live over on the South Shore Drive, that's where they really want it. And so they can go to the 2 smaller golf courses over there on South Shore Drive.
I don't have any golf course near me, but I don't want it.
You don't want it?
Hell no, I got them coming down my road now.
Well, I'll tell you what, we won't let you drive from your place over to Clear Lake
Oh,
anyway.
dang.
That's too far, Bob.
But I got enough troubles out there, we don't need
You got
this.
enough troubles? Okay. What's your wishes?
We'll also move for the first consideration and vote for the proposed ordinance 55. This ordinance is regulating the usage of golf carts in uncooperated areas in Saragordo County.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second to do the first consideration and vote for ordinance 55.
I think that's a roll call vote.
Roll call vote, okay. First of all, is there any discussion? Hearing none, it's a roll call vote, so I'll start with Jay.
Aye.
Hill.
Aye.
And Bob. Aye. Motion carried.
And Bob, no.
That's right, she was a no. Okay, we've got that done. Let's move back up to the first item on the agenda, is the county engineer. Welcome back, Mary.
Hi. I was just talking to Bob a little bit about this B-43, and I believe I sent you guys an email last week or the week before. This summer, a crack showed up between the edge of the pavement and the edge of the shoulder, and I had told the Clear Lake shop to go out and dig next to the road to see if we could see something going on, and nothing was apparent, so I told them to pull up the shoulders and kind of monitor and keep an eye on it. There's some more visible evidence that something's still going on, that the crack reappeared, and there's some longitudinal cracking in the pavement that tells me there's some sort of settlement issue going on. I've contacted a materials testing company to get me a quote on doing some borings along that stretch. It's B-43 between the interstate and Heather Avenue, mostly on the south side of the road. So I don't know if the settlement is due to shrinkage of the material underneath the roadbed, or if it's due to the shoulder kind of settling and slipping off or sliding. But if they could do some investigative boring and do some investigative methods to determine what's going on, then we'll know how to resolve the problem. So I'm waiting to hear back from them. I was just talking to that gentleman about dust control. He the guys are out blading, our normal policy is to go and just kind of blade all the routes to prepare them for winter, and his concern was if the dust control is not in bad condition, if we can skip those spots. I told him we would look into it. I said normally there is some sort of potholing or washboarding, so there wouldn't be too many locations that we can skip, but I'm gonna talk with the foreman and see. Sometimes the foreman sometimes handle things differently and see that we're being consistent and see what they've done in the past. But to my knowledge, they've always been directed just to go and blade the routes in their entirety to get.
Yeah, that was my understanding. That's how I tried to explain it to him.
Yeah.
But you might follow up and just give him a call back after
Okay.
you talk to the foreman.
And you know, it becomes then, if you don't plow the road and a person has a pothole and well, it's not that bad. You know, you get into those gray areas where yes, it really should be bladed.
I told him that during the spring, summer, and early fall, I said we take real pains to try to stay away from, you know, that dust control surface, because obviously the homeowners invested a lot in that. But, you know, there comes a point in time where you have to blade the road.
Yes.
I mean, it does have to be
Well,
done.
and that's what I told them, is if it does fail in the winter, the ground's frozen, and we have no means to repair it because it is frozen. You know, you can put more gravel down, but it's not gonna stick because of the frozen ground. So, I'll do some more investigating on that to make sure the guys are handling it uniformly, and I can give them a call back.
Okay, thank you.
And,
I probably had dust control for 20 years, and I always like it when they come in and blade in the fall, because it really needs to be bladed.
and that's what I told them, you know, most places they haven't been bladed all spring and all summer. They really truly do need it. You know, there can be some traffic patterns that maybe he gets 20 vehicles, and I know your road gets more than that. So, you know, it could be for an instance like that where his may not be as bad, but then it does become a judgment call for the operator, and a lot of times they don't like that call, so they may call the foreman, and then the foreman's running around looking at 300 different dust control spots trying to determine which ones need to be bladed and which ones don't. So, like I said, I'll look into that and call him back.
And you're right, my road is really busy, we should blacktop it.
I'll let you fight with Bob on that
one. We both agree on that one.
Yes.
See, Bob, you're not the only one I tell no to.
Well, you can tell him no, that's okay.
And then working on B20 paving plans and working on a bridge replacement plan, the bridge replacement plans for that bridge on Spruce between 340th and 340th. And then also for the B20 that we paid this year, George and I have been in discussion, trying to come to a resolution. We haven't come to one yet, so we're working on it still.
I took that section B20 on Saturday. It is nice. It's just, of course, the final determination as to the long-term life of the road, given the problem we had. So
the longevity of.
And that was done especially for Sheriff Pals, who lives so close to that road.
I just can't tell him no.
Yeah, I know, you couldn't.
No, that road needed to be done.
Public safety. Public safety.
Yes, it needed to be done. So yeah, George and I are still trying to come to an agreement. We had discussed a warranty. I think we're leaning away from that because the warranty company, I don't believe, will do a 10-year warranty, and you do get into a lot of gray issues. If you do see some failures, then you may argue, well, is this because of the high air voids, or is this because something else? So we're still trying to agree on a dollar amount for pages.
You know, the grading job that was done is very good. It was very nicely done, and you know, the road really up to great standard now.
Yeah. So, yes, we're still working on a resolution, but I haven't come to agreement yet. Still withholding payment until we do.
Good.
That should hurry things along, I think. That's all I have to report on.
Okay. Anything else from Mary? I did drive over the big box culverts on Mallard. Looks like they did a nice job.
Yes, they
I was really impressed. You can tell.
I don't know.
I thought they were.
Well, I know what
Look good.
to do now. If there is a drought, we will schedule a box culvert because both of those locations, when we install them, it rained.
Yep.
So that's what we'll do next year if there's a drought.
Okay. Anything else? Thanks, Mary.
That's all I have, thank you.
Item C, building coordinator, consider building and grounds committee recommendation for use of the basement space by the district court.
This is really quite a minor issue. There's really no construction costs involved in this. There will be some costs for shelving that'll be borne by the district court and by courthouse maintenance. But what this does is they're going to need some additional space as a result of the appointment of some district court judges and an associate judge up on the second floor. And in order to accommodate that additional personnel on the second floor, the proposal is to move the law library down to the basement in a portion of the area vacated by the county attorney's office. Mainly their file room, what was the front office area for the victim witness coordinator, and the office for the victim witness attorney down there. In addition, courthouse maintenance has had a storage area in that south hallway, kind of across from Veterans Affairs for some time. That'll move into the far southeast corner. In fact, right underneath this this area, about right here from this window over, we'll move into this area right below us here. So we'll get some shelving in there for that. The only thing we need to do is let Carlisle know when he needs to move some of his excess stuff that's out of sight, out of mind, that he's storing down in the old county attorney's office. And they've got plenty of office space in their old offices north of what was their front office area where they can house that stuff. Since this was fairly straightforward and didn't require any sort of proposed construction, I sent an email out to all the Buildings and Grounds Committee members asking them whether the proposal was fine with them, whether they thought we needed to meet. Unanimously, they replied that this proposal was fine with them and no, we did not need another meeting. And so I'm bringing the recommendation to you. I believe I provided you with existing and proposed floor plans of how that change is going to be made. Again, it's fairly minor, it just requires a motion for approval.
Okay. Thanks, Don. What's your wish?
Motion to approve.
And I'll second that.
Okay, we got a motion and second to approve the Buildings and Grounds Committee recommendation for use of the basement space for the district court. Is there any questions? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item D, County Treasurer, motion to spend 2011 taxes in the amount of $920 pursuant to section 427.9 for Barbara Lenhart at 405 27th Avenue South, Clear Lake.
The property owner had received a letter from DHS that this was available to them, which she then brought to Pat, and that is her recommendation to suspend the taxes.
Okay.
I would so move in favor of the suspension of said property.
Okay, we got a motion and second to suspend the 2011 taxes for $920. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Item E, we're not quite ready to do yet, so we'll table that.
Yeah, I'd like to review the legal description with Susan in the auditor's office before we proceed.
Okay.
It may need to go back to the city of Ventura for review, but I don't want to try to transfer property in a piecemeal basis if we can do it all at the same time. So.
Exactly.
And Susan's a little busy today in the auditor's office.
Yeah, they're busy today, that's for sure. Okay, we'll table item E. Item F, on-site sewage loan program. resolution approving petition waiver for the Jones application.
I received all the paper from the health department for this property owner in Ventura to take advantage of our on-site sewage program. We've got the bid from the contractor, so everything's in order for that.
Okay. So all we gotta do is approve it
Yes.
with the resolution?
With the resolution, yes.
Okay.
Move resolution 2012-105 approving the petition waiver for
Okay.
Jones.
And I'll second resolution 105.
Okay, we got a motion second to do resolution 2012-105 for approving petition waiver for the Jones application. It's an on-site sewage treatment. I think most everybody here knows that we have loan programs for that. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of resolution 2012-105, say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Resolution of necessity for the Jones application.
Also move in favor of resolution 106 to that
I'll second.
Okay, we
application.
got a motion and a second to do resolution 2012-106 for the necessity for the Jones application. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Moving on to item G, agreements and contracts.
I have none.
I have none either. Appointments.
At this time.
Okay. Item I, correspondence and communications. We had a meeting, I think it was 2 weeks ago in Waterloo, Juvenile Detention. No, this is Nevic. We had a meeting
Nevic.
last week at Nevic, and they give out their annual report. It's a good one. We have a copy here at the courthouse if anybody wants to see it. We're a major contributor to that program. So I'm just letting everybody know I sit on that board, and we do have the annual report if anybody wants to see it. Okay, and correspondence communications, is there anything else?
I just mentioned one thing. I'd like to acknowledge our several of our employees who chose to park in the county-owned lot across from the Globe Gazette today to in order to free up parking spaces for the precinct workers. Manning the polling site here at the courthouse today, as well as voters. That's very accommodating. And
Yep.
we teamed up with the wellness program to provide them with a little health retreat if they parked over there today. So I'd like to thank those who did that.
You bet.
Yep, that's the first time for us to have the polling here for this precinct in the
Yes.
courthouse.
It does definitely raise some logistical issues, and fortunately, both criminal jury trials that were supposed to occur today did not pan out. So that helped free up some parking as well. So.
Good. Okay, thanks, Tom. Is there anything else that needs to be brought before us this morning?
Motion to adjourn.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have motion second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, people, for coming.